Hey Ryan, it's Tiffany, and this is
Ryan.
That's Ryan. And we wanted to do a video response for you. You and Veronica did a reading for us. I think it was yesterday, and there was a lot of information in that, which I'm really excited about it. I liked it a lot. There were a few things that were a little unexpected, but definitely just right on point. Everything was really accurate. You had kind of mentioned that you picked up a little bit, like, Ryan, you were asking if he had PTSD, and I don't know, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I had a kid pass away when I was 18. She was a little girl. It was like my first kid, and I had a lot of trouble with it. I did go to the doctor before your video, and I already had medicine a few months back, so for anxiety and depression. So you're pretty spot on that one.
Yeah. He hasn't actually been diagnosed with the PTSD, but he's like kind of made comments to me that like maybe that's something that he actually has. Like we know that we both have anxiety and depression, so that's probably where the whole brain moving too fast thing comes from for both of us. So the menthol, we're thinking that you picked that up from one of two places, or probably both. As I'm fixing to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and light one up. But we smoke a lot, which was cool because I think that you had picked that up while you were doing the pendulum thing. So I'm sure this is terrible. You want one?
No.
And see, harmonious. And also, Veronica had mentioned that one of my spirit guides was a grandmother, which is actually a great grandmother. But whenever she passed, 2 or 3 days later, she kind of came around, and I think she like visited the family, and we all woke up the next morning with our stories. I can light it. She visited everybody, and we all had our stories, from something, hey, did you experience this and everything? And then one of the things that I experienced was the smell of flowers and like a Vicks vapor rub, like a very mentholatum smell. So that really came through after she passed away. It's also pretty cool that she mentioned that she was in a heaven dimension, because she lived to, I don't know her exact age. I would say late 80s, but she was a big Christian lady, and she's very sweet. So that to me just feels right. We have notes. As far as the proposal thing goes, that's pretty cool how she was like, if he hasn't yet, he will soon, because we've talked about it. He's kind of proposed, like we know we're going to get married, but he still has plans for a big proposal. So to me, that is like right there in the medium that we're at right now. The finances thing, that's also true. It was kind of random, but I really liked that part. So he's recently gotten a new job, and things like that. Things really they're slowly beginning to kind of pick up there.
That's kind of why I'm in my robe. I just got off work.
He wanted to be in the robe.
Yeah.
I tried to talk him out of it.
I like the robe.
He likes it, so whatever makes him happy. Yeah, it is very new, by the way. Well, I mean, we've 8. There's another 8. We were thinking about the numbers, and we got 8881, which we've been together for 8 months. And then his daughter that passed away, she passed away on August 8th, when he was 18. So that was really, really cool, which also 88 is my birth year, and it's always been his lucky number. So that was really cool.
And I was born May 8th.
Oh yeah, and he was born May 8th, so that's super cool. There was definitely a reason for there to be a lot of 8s. As far as the letters go, we're still working on those, because I really can't figure anything out with like a U. I don't know. It'll come to us though. So on the baby thing, how the pendulum was going around near the reproductive organs, that was really interesting. We have a lot of female reproductive issues in our family. So far, I haven't really been diagnosed with anything other than cysts, but they're benign. The only thing I can think of is also while you were saying, can I get pregnant? That was really neat because I've had a tubal. So currently I cannot, but we have been discussing having that reversed. So that was really neat how you kind of, you paused a little bit when you were talking about that. I thought that was cool. So do you want to talk about the orbs?
The green orbs, we were laying in bed one day and we saw them like floating around the TV. It was really kind of neat. Then she threw the covers over my head so I couldn't watch and see what they were doing. And then when she removed them, the orbs came back, and then of course she threw the covers back over our heads again.
Right, but I did peek out, so I saw what they were doing, and there were several of them, and yes, they were light green, and we did both see them at the same time. Yeah, it was pitch black dark, and those things, we're in our bedroom, so I'm looking where they were. They were just right over there, kind of where we would just see them just laying in bed, and it freaked me out, because it's something in my freaking room, but it didn't feel, like, threatening at all, so I'm glad that she just confirmed that for us. And it was cool that she said it was healing. We have a lot of healing, obviously, that needs to be done. But we were also having a really, really good time. I think we were kind of like play fighting or something just at that point in time. I'm going to kill you. Really play fighting. And then,
I'm not allowed to joke. I have to sit here and be serious.
No, he can joke. It's okay. You can joke. But yeah, we were having a really good time. And then it was kind of like, oh shit, there's something floating in the air. So yeah, it was kind of scary, but it was pretty cool. Good to know that we should expect to see more. Now I won't throw the covers over our faces the next time. Maybe we can watch them as long as they don't get too close.
Oh, and my accent. I don't know if I have an accent. I'm from Texas. I don't have a French accent. I do know a few French words, but he said I'm not supposed to be funny, so.
No, he actually, because we're in Arkansas, so being from Texas, you wouldn't think it would be that big of a difference, but when we first met, I did notice he said some words, they were kind of weird. I was like, why do you say it like that? And then he was like, I'm from Texas. But what about he has some ancestors that are from...
yeah, they're Gypsy, Black Dutch. All my grandmas told me they were like gypsies or something.
Yeah, so that's something that I've heard about a lot, which is pretty cool. It could definitely be something like that, maybe that you're picking up on. I don't know. The she will get the house thing is kind of creepy, just because a couple of days ago, I think, because I'm really new to the board, I think that I got in touch with one of my spirit guides, and we were kind of discussing a strained relationship with a family member, and she was kind of telling me in a urgent way that I needed to patch things up with her, and I needed to, be forgiving and things like that, which is the same person who has talked about leaving me a house when she is elderly. So it could definitely mean something there.
We're gonna get a divorce and she's gonna take everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond that, the whole gifts thing and the seas energy thing, it's this really weird thing. All the women in my family, on my mother's side, just the women, we all have, I guess, different gifts, and I don't claim to, have a very strong one or anything, but there have been times that I would pick up on things, and I see pictures here, and I kind of have to, it's kind of hard because it's very symbolic, and I usually have to interpret them, Sometimes it will be an actual, clear picture of a person or something. But I have always been able to feel energy, and sometimes, yeah, I can definitely see it. It hasn't been happening as much recently, but recently I really have been closed off spiritually and just going through a bunch of things. I've just kind of fell away from it, but that is absolutely true. My grandmother, she dreams things, and my mom, she just has things just randomly come to her, and she can tell you everything about somebody she's never met, but we can't control any of this. It's just very sporadic and random. I think he's really, really intuitive. Like, it freaks me out. He's kind of like a mind reader.
I guess I need to hit the lottery. It really ain't worked so far.
I don't think like you're.
But no, I do. I have. Sometimes I just know what people are thinking before they say it, but it's only like a few minutes before.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely something that I can't put my finger on. But I've kind of been saying that to him for the past couple of months. I'm like, I think you got some intuition or something that's a little bit more hypersensitive than most people. There was just so much, and so even with my notes, I don't even know where to go with this. But I wanted to ask about Luna and the ethereal realm. I want a little more understanding on that, if you don't mind, just whenever you get a chance to let me know what realm that is. And you had kind of mentioned that was a group, so I'm really interested in learning about that. And it's funny because he says my personality is completely different daytime to nighttime.
Bipolar.
It's not bipolar. It's I don't know, just as the sun's setting, I can come awake and I feel more like myself, and I feel happy and alive, and I'm such a night person, and that's where I feel like there's not as much weight holding me back. And during the daytime, the daylight, it's just, I feel just kind of disconnected and everything. As far as the tarot readings and things like that go, I do want to look a little more into that and kind of meditate on that information, because that was a lot of information. I did really think that the baby thing was really, really, really sweet. And I think that you did pick up on something as far as the strangled feeling that you had, and things
they took her off life support. I don't know. So she, when she died, she was gasping for air. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah. But that was really, really sweet. I cried. That was really a sweet thing. But we really appreciate this reading. We definitely needed a general reading. That is very true. We are just now beginning to really try and open up spiritually and soak in all the knowledge that we can and learn about a lot of things. And so it's really exciting, and I like it a lot. And if you can't tell, you're definitely getting, you are feeling my hyperness, because that's pretty much me all the time. That's pretty much me all the time. Is there anything else that we really needed to go over?
Not that I could think of.
No. I was thinking that the gift thing is pretty cool, though. I kind of want to look a little more into that. But anyways, so I guess we're going to wrap this up, and I just want to let you know that we suck at doing videos, but we thought we would. Lucky you. And everything was seriously accurate. We are very harmonious whenever I can, like I said, keep his butt in line whenever he acts right. It's just great. We have a phenomenal connection. And we really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully one day you'll do more readings for us. And we got a lot to learn. So I think that you could really help us out a whole lot.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye.